Tesla really has a revolutionary product here. Hands-free self-driving built into all their cars. They're insanely affordable now. You can get a really great car at a really affordable price from Tesla now, especially with that EV point of sale credit. And every single one of them comes with a 1-month trial of FSD. They all have the hardware to run it. So it's kind of amazing how it works. You just say where you want to go. Take me to Apple Manhattan Village. And you just push one button to turn it on. And that's it. We're off. And it's going to take me all the way to the store. I don't have to worry about any of the details really. So you can see there's a right turn it needs to make right up there. So it's going to slow down gently and just make that right turn just like a human would. Smoothly, comfortably, even better than some human drivers. Probably better than a teen driver. So you can order one of these right on Tesla.com. Just go to Tesla.com. You can place an order. For most people, I recommend the Model 3. They just got a brand new Model 3 out with some cool upgrades like a screen in the back. Or the Model Y if you want a little bit of a larger car. And any Tesla you get, it'll be able to do this. It'll be able to run this software if you're in North America. So we're going to make a right turn here. Now we got a speed bump here. You can see the car's actually slowing down, going over the speed bump slowly, and then picking up speed again. Looks like we've got another set of speed bumps up ahead. And again, it's slowing down, making sure it goes over them gently, and then continuing forward. So this is a pretty new thing. It has only been very recently that an average person can actually go and buy a car and have a car in their garage that has this technology. And they can just ask it to take them anywhere in North America and the car will just take them there. It really is an incredible experience. It's almost not even a car anymore when you're not doing the driving. It becomes more like a flying couch or a robot that lets you ride on its back. One person, I saw a comment online, they called it a teleportation in slow motion. And that really is kind of what it is. I said, well, I need to go to the Apple store, take me to the Apple store. And now I'm just teleporting there in slow motion. It's going to take me 30 minutes to make it there, but hopefully the software should be able to take me all of the way. Using just computer vision, using just cameras, that should be enough to take me safely from point A to point B. And this car here is a Model S. It's actually using Tesla's Hardware 3 cameras. So this is their hardware generation from 2019. It's running their AI3 inference computer with about, I believe, 144 TOPS. So even a 2019 car, even an October 2016 car that's been upgraded can run this software. So you don't just have to get a new Tesla, you can actually go and buy a used Tesla and you can run this software too. Just make sure that it has the FSD computer, Hardware 3 or later, to avoid, getting a car where you need an upgrade. But typically anything 2019 or later should be good to go out of the box. October 2016 to 2018-ish, some upgrades may be needed for the S and X, all the Model 3s. 2019, even some of the Model 3s didn't have it. But generally, you can get a used Tesla and you can run this software. And actually, they've got a used EV tax credit as well that's applied at the point of sale. So if you go and you buy a used Tesla for, let's say, $24,999, just under $25K, they'll actually reduce the price by $4,000 right off the top there. That's from the government. So you walk out of there with an EV for $21,000 instead of $25,000 essentially. And you know, a lot of the time these older cars can have the FSD package on them, which means the full self-driving is already prepaid for the life of the car. And a lot of these dealers that are selling these things, they don't even know what the FSD option is. So sometimes you can see that the car has FSD and end up getting a great deal on it, and the dealer has no idea what they just sold you. Otherwise, you have to pay $99 a month potentially for the full self-driving. But some cars you can just pay in advance with the car. You can pay $8,000 up front if you buy a new car, and then it's just paid for the entire life of the car. So look on the used market for a used Tesla with FSD. That's probably the cheapest way to get in if you can't afford a new car. And you'll be running this exact same software. And of course, it's not just about this first software here today, this first hands-free self-driving software, but all the future updates you get too. Just like your iPhone has, you know, iOS 15, iOS 17, iOS 19, they keep releasing new versions of the software, even more frequently than Apple does actually. So there's always major new upgrades. And not only do you get new features on the screen here, like this is one thing they just added, this little progress bar. So this tells you how far away you are to your destination. But they also make the self-driving better. So over time, your self-driving just gets better and better. Even if you just buy a cheap $25,000 used Tesla with the $4,000 credit, you know, for just $20,000, right? I mean, this is really at a price point where anyone can afford, but it can run not only the latest self-driving, but also continue to get updates. Okay, looks like we are stuck here a little bit. We're in a little bit of a standoff with this RV. The car paused, it was waiting for it to go, but the RV was also kind of not wanting to go. So there was a little bit of a standoff where they waited there, but eventually the RV did go and the car proceeded. Alright, we got a stopped car there, some pedestrians, no problem. And next we're going to be heading down Palos Verdes Boulevard in 1.2 miles. Pretty beautiful day here in Southern California. With FSD, you don't just have to stare at the road in front of you. You can glance around a little bit, enjoy the view, enjoy the beautiful day, and have actually a greater awareness of what's going on around you, and be able to be prepared for all kinds of things that could happen, that other drivers are doing, that you're able to focus on more. You can watch that other driver and see, okay, are they really changing lanes, or are they, you know, maybe just moving around a little bit? You can really take a look at them without having to worry about what's right in front of you or keeping your car centered in the lane. So it's actually much better at increasing your awareness and increasing your safety, allowing you to observe, look around, and have it handle the boring details, which, as you can see, it's pretty good at handling, right? And it's just doing the driving. And it's doing the driving better than most professional Uber drivers would do it, honestly. Smooth, comfortable, calm. Okay. A little bit of a confusion there with some of the road markings. looks like it's in the wrong lane here. It's pausing now. It looks like it wants to recover from its lane mistake by changing lanes. Now it's pausing, it's waiting for the car ahead. Alright, looks like it's gonna go ahead and proceed going the wrong way. That's a bummer. So of course I could have just taken the wheel and put it in the right lane myself, but because we're making a video, I'm going to allow it to try and fix its own mistake. So if you were on the phone talking, listening to music, not really paying attention, even if the car missed a turn or something like that, you might not notice it because it could just sort of correct its own mistake. Alright, so it's going to make a right turn here now. It's attempting to correct its missed turn. Nicely done. And we're going to make another right turn, then get back on the road. There's another Tesla Model Y, another Tesla Model 3. All of them can run this software. So it's pretty powerful when you think about all of these cars coming alive. And you just have so much of a better time in the car. You can just listen to music, enjoy the scenery. You don't have to stress yourself. You don't have to move a muscle. You just watch. And you rarely have to correct it. You know, so that right there, where it got in the wrong lane, that's one example of the kind of correction you might have to make. Those are the types of errors it tends to make these days, and it's less and less about something safety critical where you have to take over right away to prevent a crash. But those could still happen too, so you need to be paying attention and be aware and ultimately be responsible for the driving. But even with that caveat, it is a game changer to be able to sit in my car and have it drive me around hands-free. And of course Tesla recommends you should still hold the wheel, so you can still hold the wheel if it makes you feel comfortable. I usually still do hold the wheel when I'm not on camera. But people would always ask, well, are you driving the car when you touch the wheel? And they would really believe that the human was doing something. They had a hard time believing that the car was doing everything themselves, and they didn't really know about the blue autopilot wheel or things like that where you can see that it's on. So I think this is easy for everyone to see. I'm sitting here in the chair. I'm not touching the steering wheel. I'm not touching the pedals. And yet, here we are, moving closer and closer to our destination, navigating traffic, navigating tons of cars around us, people, all using just 8 1.2 megapixel cameras. That is crazy. And an AI inference computer from 2019. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when they start tapping into the power of hardware 4. Let's see, what's this route? Maybe this would be more interesting. I don't want to make it too boring. just driving straight on one road for too long. Since we're here making a video, we might as well make it interesting. Alright, here we go. Alright, on we go. Got a little bit of a dip here in the road. No problem for the car, as it was just following traffic. Next we're going to make a left turn onto Prospect Avenue in less than half a mile. We got a sprinkler going here. Sprayed the side of the car with water. But doesn't seem to be impacting the driving. It does look like the side where the camera is was definitely sprayed with water. But the system's designed to be resilient against stuff like that. A little splash of water on a sunny day. Nothing it hasn't seen before in its data set of millions and millions of drives. We're now approaching Prospect Avenue, right up ahead, and we're going to make a left turn there. Got into the left turn lane, very nice. And now we're waiting. Light's green. Nicely done. And next we're going to make a left turn onto Anita Street in 2.3 miles. Really smooth, comfortable drive. Driving a great speed. You see it's a 35 speed limit, but it's actually driving 39. So you don't have to think that just because it's self-driving, it's gonna drive like a grandma and be super slow, and you're gonna be driving the speed limit all the time, which is often the case in other self-driving vehicles. No, it'll actually drive at a human speed, like a human. Not excessively fast, but not excessively slow either. Got some parked cars on the side of the road here. It's avoiding those, staying in the right place. This is the power of the end-to-end model. It doesn't use overly simplistic rules. It just knows what to do. It looks at the totality of the scene and it predicts what a human would do. And it's accurate. Okay, you can see that the driver in front of us got out of this lane because of a garbage truck that appears to be blocking the lane. Looks like that garbage truck is starting to move now, but it'll be interesting to see how the car handles it if it does end up being an obstacle once it arrives there when the light turns green. Alright, looks like the garbage truck has moved a little forward, but it's still there. Now would be the time to change lanes. Come on, car. And it did it. Very good. Even went over the yellow line a little bit there to go around the garbage truck successfully. Very nice. Just a nice, comfortable drive on a summer day. Nothing else beats it in a Tesla. Just say where you want to go and it'll take you there. Nobody else can offer an experience that comes anywhere close on the driver assistance. Alright, looks like we've got some trees being cut down here. We've got cones, we've got a crane, and we've got foliage on the road there on the side where the cranes are. So let's see how it handles that. Alright, here we go. We got the green light. And it went around the construction like it was nothing. Easy. Piece of cake. So you can see not only your typical situations, but even very strange situations, it's able to handle. Even if you've got construction or something unplanned on the way, it doesn't mean you're going to have to take over. In many cases, the AI can just handle it for you. So, for people who commute every day, especially people who have long commutes, this is going to change your life. And, you know, Model 3 at least, when you factor in gas savings, it's about, I think, you know, maybe $200, $250 gas car equivalent. So that is to say, leasing a gas car for $250 would be more expensive than leasing a Model 3 that can self-drive like this car can, the base model. Because when you factor in how much you're saving on fuel and you compare that to the gas car, the total cost of ownership is like a $216 gas car lease or something like that. And it's got self-driving. It doesn't pollute. It's got all this incredible technology. You can watch Netflix in the car. It's really an unbelievable deal. And you can order it online. You don't even have to go to the dealership. You don't have to deal with sitting there for hours. Just go to Tesla.com, order it, boom. I think they even have some low interest financing offers and stuff like that. The Model 3 long range now qualifies for the $7,500 point of sale credit. So the cool thing about the point of sale credit is you never see or worry about that $7,500 or $4,000 for a used car. You just go in, you do the deal, the price is just $7,500 less. So, you know, you can go buy, let's say, a $47,000 car and you only pay $40,000 for it, but you still have the whole car. It's yours. and you never see that 7,000. You don't have to wait for taxes like you have in previous years. They just take it right off the invoice. So it's pretty great. If you qualify, you have to have income below 300,000 for a married couple. But if you qualify, it's incredible. And you get the 1 month trial of FSD included in that price. Alright, so we're just cruising around the neighborhood here. Looks like, school zone. Parents driving around, picking up their kids. And the Tesla's just blending in. None of these people driving or walking around would necessarily even guess that this car is being driven by software. That's how natural it is. So you're really just gonna have a great time. Like, I just listen to music, play it really loud, get into it, sing. You can use your hands a little bit. Really kind of just have, just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time to yourself. And yes, you do need to supervise the car. You need to watch. You need to make sure that the software is doing everything safely. And it does still sometimes make mistakes. But it's a completely different experience than when you have to drive your car. And it really changes your life. It changes your relationship with your city, with your world. You end up having more fun. You have more fun with your friends. You go places together. You take trips together. And you do it without the stress of having to worry about driving, having to worry about, okay, did I miss that turn? Where is it? Which road is this? It figures it all out for you. Even if it misses a turn, that's its problem to solve, right? I mean, you obviously need to oversee to some extent. I probably would have just taken over and had it not make that mistake in the first place. But it's designed to just do everything on its own. Okay, looks like we're in the left turn lane here. And it's getting out and it's trying to go straight. So that was a little bit strange. I think the reason it did that was because of these two little girls on bikes. I think for some reason it maybe didn't want to get behind them, so it decided to go into the left turn lane. So that was a little bit of a bug, but not a critical error, as there were no cars coming and it was able to get over back into the correct lane safely. But it could have been confusing for example, for the car that was a truck trying to make a left. Alright. Good job, didn't hit the kids. Dano Dad's watching this video like, damn it! I really wanted it to hit those kids. So I mean, this is the power of this technology. When a human driver's not paying attention, when they might have accidentally hit a pedestrian or a kid, the car is a second set of eyes that can prevent that and can brake automatically. So not only is it super safe, you're going to be comfortable, you're going to be happy, you're going to see the city more. I mean, no wonder there's Teslas just everywhere in Southern California when you realize this exists. It's built into every Tesla, and they're super affordable now. You got the point of sale credit, you got the financing deal for the standard range Model 3 that they have, low interest financing, and you've got the 1 month free trial. It's just, why would you buy anything else? I mean, I really question the wisdom of buying any car. Waymo had a post today. They said they're doing 50,000 driverless rides a week. 50,000. That's 2.6 million driverless rides a year. So everybody can see this coming from a mile away. Cars are starting to drive themselves. And not just cars like Waymo, but, you know, even this drive, I haven't had to intervene. Maybe I should have to avoid missing that turn, but you can see that the car's fully capable of taking me on a 30-minute drive. I say, take me to this mall 30 minutes away, and it can do it. So you can see this coming from a mile away, self-driving. Now, why would you want to buy any manually driven car knowing that this is happening so rapidly? I mean, lease, maybe you can lease one, but you don't want to be responsible for the decline in value of that car that can't drive itself. It's going, you know, the next car you buy could potentially be the most expensive car you've ever bought, because it could lose almost all of its value due to not being able to drive itself. And depending on the car, it might be pretty expensive or complicated to retrofit it for self-driving. So, if you're gonna buy a car, don't buy one that doesn't drive itself, like this one over here, or that one over there. You can see that, or that one over there. There's a white Model 3, a black Model Y, and a midnight silver Model Y. So, why are these cars all over the place? Because they're fast, they're fun. There's a Model X right there. There's another Model Y. They're fast, they're fun, they're super affordable, you don't have to buy gas, and you don't have to drive. So hands-free, full self-driving, supervised. Now comes on every single new Tesla sold, and even older used Teslas, you can also use this hands-free self-driving technology. It works on the highways, it works on the city streets. There's nothing else like it in terms of hands-free ADAS technology. Blue Cruise, Super Cruise, only certain pre-mapped highways. Garbage. This works on any highway, any city street, parking lots. Nobody else comes close. So go to Tesla.com, get a Tesla. You can buy a new Tesla on Tesla.com. You can even buy a used Tesla. If you go to their used Tesla section, and you can filter, you can find one that has the FSD package all prepaid for. So you never have to pay any monthly fee. You just get the car with FSD, and it's just all included. And you'll thank me. And I know, because people message me all the time. They thank me. They go, oh my God, I got one of these Teslas. First of all, it's fun. It's a great car. And the self-driving has just changed my life. And I bet I'm going to be getting a lot more of those messages now that we're finally going hands-free. Because, let me tell you, hands-free is just so much better than when we had to touch the wheel every 30 seconds or so. It's a game changer. It really is showing you the potential of this technology for the first time, to let you relax and sit back and not be so involved in the process. Obviously, we still have to supervise, but it's just really nice to be able to just do what you want and relax, and not be asked to exert yourself at all to get to your destination. I can now say, take me to Apple Manhattan Village, and the car can take me there, and I don't have to lift a finger if I don't want to. So this is just so cool. It's like when phones got internet. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Driving a car without full self-driving is going to be like having a phone without a data plan. All right. Looks like we're here at the mall now. So go ahead, get your first self-driving car. I think you'll thank me later. If you don't like the self-driving, it's honestly just a great car. But if you do like the self-driving, it's built into every car. You can subscribe. You can cancel it if you don't like it. Or you can subscribe if you want to keep it. Okay, interesting. Wow. So it's navigating the parking lot here. Normally I'd probably have just turned it off at this point and gone to park, but I'm kind of just interested in what it's doing, so I'm letting it run a little bit. Okay, waited for this car, made a left turn. Handling the speed bump here. You've got a lot of crosswalks, pedestrians going in and out of the mall. So it's being very cautious here. It understands where we are, but it's gently going ahead. No parking anytime. Saw that no parking anytime sign and said, hey, that looks like a great place to park. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off here. It took us all the way to the mall without any intervention. So, if you don't have a car that can do this yet, why not? It's not some fancy, expensive thing. You could even save money compared to your current car, get a much better car, and never have to drive again unless you want to. So go ahead, Tesla.com, and it can even park for you. Did I mention that? Let me show you that. There you go. Perfect parking job. I couldn't have done it better myself. Tesla.com. Go get yours today. Hands-free FSD. Now included free for 1 month on any new Tesla. Take care, everyone.